Good evening. Welcome to another session of Good Night Meditation. Good evening. Welcome to another session of Good Night Meditation. And this week we're going to explore the topic of remaining happy and sharing happiness constantly. And have been playing with this throughout the week, since the beginning of the week, and have been looking forward to sharing with you some of the experiences and lightness that has come from this practice. And initially, when started the practice, what was observed was that the happiness was mainly coming from things in the story, and the limited things, maybe something going well in the drama story, or something turning out the way we wanted at work or in home or in a relationship. And had to step back and check for a bit. Is this the happiness that is going to be constant? And so really had to pay attention to looking at the difference between the limited happiness that happens when things go our way and the unlimited happiness that comes from beyond the story, beyond what happens in our day-to-day life. And the beauty of the study, first of all, Raja Yoga meditation, is what other school or study would you get homework to practice remaining in happiness? And so that in itself brought a lot of lightness, just remembering that this is such a fortune to be part of a family, a group of souls that are paying attention to something like this. And so the other thing that was observed, checking before taking any actions or doing something, is that happiness, that unlimited happiness that comes not from anything happening in the story again, but something that's already naturally there. And for many of us, that may not always be our state of being naturally. And so looking at what is it that's taking away something that is part of our natural state, and then allowing that to be removed so that the true happiness can then be experienced. And so, if this is something new, one of the models or concepts that we look at is seeing this body as our costume, and that the real being, the soul, the consciousness that's behind this costume of the body, being that eternal living being of consciousness that's like a tiny star, a sparkling, tiny, invisible star sitting in the area behind the eyes, seeing through the eyes, hearing through the ears, and processing and making sense of everything that's being heard. And that this being is an eternal traveler that originally, innately holds happiness as a natural state, not because of anything happening or not happening, but a natural experience that's there, just like an infant. We often talk about looking at children when we've forgotten what our original state is. An infant or a baby that's 6 months old doesn't need a reason to be happy. That is just their natural state. And all of us at some time were in that original state. But different things along the way, along the journey, may have allowed us to lose touch with that. So as we practice today, trying to take that step back to see if we can connect to that original, natural, consistent and constant state that we were experiencing before. So let's see if we can come in to that experience together, and then we can practice on our own as we continue the journey. So as always, check the body to make sure we're sitting in a good position where the back is straight and the lungs are getting good movement of air as we breathe in and out. Bringing our awareness into the present moment. We accept everything as it is. And we tune in to that observer behind the eyes. That is completely separate from the character and the roles we play. It's temporarily associated with this body and the characters around the body. Holding an eternal relationship with the big family beyond. The spiritual family of souls on a journey. And these souls are all happy to be in that state of silence and fullness in the home. That sky beyond the physical sky. They're happy to experience that feeling of safety, where they know that no harm can come to them. They are eternal, immortal beings of light that have always existed and will always exist. They hold that natural right of their innate qualities that include joy, contentment, love, and peace. And no one can take these away. They may lose access when they forget that these are their natural qualities, their natural nature. But it is easy as remembering yesterday to re-access in a second the truth that we all hold within us. So just taking a moment to go deeply into that experience of joy for no reason in the story. Joy that needs no words or actions to experience. A joy that just bubbles up inside and overflows through the eyes. The joy of knowing that we are all part of this one family, all full, all safe. Not forgetting that as we come down to play our parts, we can still hold this awareness and hold this truth. As we play our temporary parts on the journey, it can be fun and light and easy when there's awareness of this reality behind the stage. This awareness of a family and a home and a loving Father that is always there waiting to give us company. Even while we are in action on the stage, holding this awareness can be practiced and can become natural. And over time, that can become a constant, consistent awareness and experience. So as we take another deep breath, then come back into the awareness of the room, holding that inner joy of knowing and being who we really are. Beings of happiness, lights of happiness. So as we go to rest tonight and as we wake up in the morning, reminding ourselves that we can remain in happiness and share happiness every moment. And then maybe if you're interested, you could also practice. We can practice together, checking every hour. What percentage of that hour were we able to hold this awareness? And even if it's very low or 0% in the beginning, just checking. Maybe first 4 hours of the day, can help increase the consistency in which that awareness is held, and then build on that. I'm definitely going to keep practicing on this and playing with it, and hope you enjoy as well. Om Shanti. Have a good evening.